Hey, this is Cam from amzshark.com, and we get a couple questions about keywords from people, and mostly these are people building Amazon sponsored ads or using Google AdWords or other PPC sources. And there's a couple basic things I want to go over. So when you get more specific with keywords, they're going to get more expensive. And this is pretty intuitive, right? If you're selling a product that's only for women, for example, you have a vitamin C serum and it's only for women, um, then if you know the searcher is searching for that product for women, then you're going to be able to pay more because you're going to convert higher, right? And that's why they get more expensive as they get more specific. Um, in addition to that, obviously, when they get more specific, they're going to have fewer searches. If I was Most people, getting started with the private label thing and setting up Amazon sponsored ads, like especially if you're listening to Scott's podcast, etc., you're probably on a budget, right? So you probably don't want to start out going after this, the main keyword. If you've created a vitamin C serum, right, which is a huge niche, and the biggest brand there is Oz Naturals. As you can see, by the way, so the search volume is getting more and more specific. It's getting smaller and smaller. And the cost per click would be getting higher and higher. It is, except for this is a branded term, and so people don't want to buy it. And sometimes you do want to buy it, but that's a risky thing. Anyway, so if you're getting started and if you've just private labeled a vitamin C serum, right, you probably don't want to bid on vitamin C serum. That would be, unless you are, the best vitamin C serum out there. That's the point of this tool, is the keyword explorer we have on amzshark.com. Is when you put in vitamin C serum. By the way, all this data is pulled instantly within 5 seconds, right? The search volume and the cost per click. The results will take a minute or two, often less than a minute, in order to build this list, which I'll look at now, of all of these in-depth keywords that people are searching to find products on Amazon.com. And this is important because when you get started, you probably don't have a lot of money. You probably have a couple $1,000s or a couple hundred. And you want to build your PPC campaign from the inside out. So you want to get as specific as possible at first and then expand it. The reason is that it costs money to buy data. It costs money to figure out which ones convert and which ones don't, which keywords. And so to give yourself the best possible opportunity, you want to start with the ones that are most specific for your product. So for example, for this niche, here you go. Maybe yours contains magnesium, right? Phosphate, which I'm guessing is in some of the, I don't know much about vitamin C serum, but I'm guessing there's, oh look, vegan, great example, right? So if your product meets these qualifications, advertise for these qualifications. Don't advertise for vitamin C serum. It's highly unlikely that will be profitable for you. I can just see tons of niches here. If you have more hyaluronic acid than most of the competitors, that's going to be amazing. If yours is, I think they're all for anti-wrinkle, right? If yours is marketed for stretch marks, these are the keywords you want. Another thing, so again, start as specific as you can and then build out to get more traffic, because you're going to convert less well and it's going to get more expensive as you expand outwards. So even more specific than this probably would be vitamin C face serum for women, or I'm sorry, vitamin C serum for stretch marks for women, right? Because you want to basically weed out the people that aren't exactly who you're looking for. And I don't know, honestly, I don't use Amazon sponsored ads much, but I'm not sure if they have a negative keyword list tool. I've said this a couple times, that most of the money you make with your PPC campaign is going to be the negative keyword list tool, and people have gotten confused and asked me what that means. So a negative keyword list tool, and again, I don't know if Amazon has it, but AdWords and every other major PPC provider does, is negative keywords are keywords you don't want to show up for. So for example, you're going to write free. You don't want to show up for free, and you don't want to show up for cheap, right? Anytime anyone's searching cheap vitamin C serum, you don't want to show up because you want to have a high margin product, I'm assuming, etc. Anytime they're searching for men, and your product is very marketed towards a feminine audience, you don't want to show up. So your negative keyword list often includes things like, for supplements, it would be like for babies, for dogs, right? For, for the gender you're not targeting, cheap, affordable, free. For this right here, you're probably going to sell just one bottle, right? You private label it, you have to minimum order quantity, all that stuff. So maybe you've settled on a 6-ounce container. Well, I'm guessing a ton of it. Let me just search it here. There we go. Oh, that's Oz Naturals. Dr. Oz, you want to avoid a lawsuit, you can. There you go. So here we have 16 ounce, right? We have people searching for specific sizes, 1,000 milligrams for a capsule. If you only have a 6-ounce product, if you only have a 500 milligram pill supplement, you want to include things like 1,000 milligrams and 12 ounces, and 18 ounces, and every other permutation of ounces and of sizes, of colors that your product does not offer, because otherwise your advertisement is going to show up for these things. And people aren't going to click it. It's going to lower your overall CTR network wide, which is going to drive up your cost per click. And when people do click it, just because they're curious or because it's not immediately clear that it's not what they want, when they do click it, it's going to cost you money and they're not going to buy it. So to bring this all around, just some basic stuff. Start as specific as you can, work your way out depending on your budget, and use a negative keyword list and build it up as strong as possible. This Keyword Explorer tool on amzshark.com will allow you to find these niche keywords you want to start with, and it's not magic. It's going to give you a ton. It's going to what's a good metaphor? It's going to give you, a buffet, and you have to pick out the perfect foods, right? You have to use your human intuition, because computers aren't that good at language processing. You have to use your human intuition to really look at this list of 1,000 things and find the ones that are most applicable to your product. It's going to be easier to do when you download it as a CSV, open it in Excel maybe. You just do that with one click here. And again, if you're just searching for niches, use the monthly search volume and the estimated cost per click, because you don't want to spend a ton of time building a campaign that you can't even afford to run or that no one's going to even ever see, right? So thank you very much. If you have any questions, let me know. I definitely want to start making more helpful videos about how to, advertise your products and not just how to use our tool. So cheers. Cheers, guys.